Welcome to the Whole My Cape podcast, the movie news and reviews show.
Hi guys, what is up? Welcome to the Whole My Cape podcast, the movie news and review show. I am your host, Adam, joined by Tom, Simon, and Jack.
Oh,
there's a name not familiar with on this podcast. Jack. Who is Jack? We don't know. You'll find out.
Jack, introduce yourself.
I'm Jack. I like films. I like painting little models, and I work at a grocery store.
He also has his own shop, isn't that right, Jack?
I do have my own shop that
So
sells
promotions for the podcast coming soon.
Right.
Do you sell?
Called Outpost 31.
Do you sell spray paints?
We do spell
Because I
You don't smell him. You don't smell him.
I don't huff them. Don't worry.
I built a diorama recently
Oh,
of Tatooine, like there's a house in the corner. It's painted in that now, but I didn't think. But I should have probably asked you first for a spray paint. But it's done now because I couldn't find sand colour anywhere, so I had to go with desert.
you want a
yellow.
can to?
We live near a beach.
Can of
Sand's your oyster,
Zandri-
mate. Just go and get a bucket.
You want a can of Zandri dust, mate, from GW? That's a good colour.
I was going to say it's a bit too dark, really. It doesn't fit the Tatooine colour at all. It's not beige enough, but it's done now.
You need to dry brush it up then after.
I've dry brushed it a bit. It's
Dry
got
brush it
some
again.
explosion marks and some rust.
I've got some Tatooine scenery that if you wanted to use it, you could have just asked.
Oh well, never mind.
Let's not get bogged down with who painted what and what shading, like, 'cause I look like a fucking mix match of different shades at the moment. So
Mate, every time you change colour in your room, I turn blue, red, or green. I'm turning from Shrek
Can we?
to
Let's
like
go,
the red skull. Now
That's green.
Now I'm Shrek.
Right, what have you been up to this week, Tom?
I've been playing Final Fantasy VII Remake because it's free.
So have I, to be fair.
I know, boy, is it a good game?
Same.
It is. I actually didn't think I would like the Final Fantasies, but
I
Yeah,
thought you'd
it's
be a
quite
bit
good,
too
actually.
simple for Final Fantasy, Simon. I won't lie to you.
Yeah, he's a bit too
I,
simple.
I thought you'd be like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how I was going.
honestly, I still don't have a clue what I'm doing.
What buttons do I
I've never
press to use
played
things?
them. To be fair.
Honestly, it's free on PlayStation if you're on Xbox. Sorry.
Tom, we're not PlayStation.
Good.
We're not sponsored by PlayStation.
No one said we were.
Well, we can be. I mean,
PlayStation,
if
heads
you
up.
got any
Here's up,
things
PlayStation.
No.
Yeah.
What-
Just don't give any money to Simon because he'll buy lightsabers with it and not pay.
No.
for it.
I
Yes,
won't- I
your
won't.
refund policy's bollocks. Get it changed. Fucking
Yeah.
So, what have you been up to this week, Simon?
Well, I've been watching Batman Begin, and I'm in the middle of watching The Dark Knight.
He watches films like
What do you
people
mean you're in
read
the middle of
books.
it? You just watched halfway through and gone, oh, I've had enough of that. I'll pause it.
Well, mate-
watch it for a minute."
Well, Tom, unlike some, like I actually, when I watch a movie all the way through, I'll watch it all the way through. It doesn't take me half a day to watch it.
Wait there. Can I just rewind a little bit? You said, and I quote, I'm on
Yeah,
halfway through The Dark Knight as if you
Yes.
paused it.
Yeah, I stopped it
What's that?
to have some
I'm
dinner,
right.
and then I watched something else to have my
Why?
dinner. I don't know. It's just a thing. I've got to watch something.
Have you din dins first and then watch it?
I've
Why don't
got
you
to,
just watch the film and eat your dinner?
because I've got to watch something that's because I've
He's
been watching.
small-minded. He can't do two things at once. He's like,
Oh.
I'm blind now.
Yeah, do your eyes turn off
When the
when you
food
start
goes
eating?
in, when my mouth goes, my eyes
He's
go.
got his bib on. He's just fucking covered in food. He's like, I watched it and it became a food disaster. My peas is everywhere.
I was trying to watch the bit where the Joker does the heist bit, and I spilt my Kiev on the floor.
I've got Kiev juice in me toes.
Oh, yeah, I'll wait until you finished.
Oh, okay.
You know, I
What?
watched-
Finished. Hold on, I've got about 5 pages of things to say about it.
Right.
I'm joking.
What else,
Only
Simon?
2.
Go on.
But I've also been watching Bar Rescue on Prime Video, which is quite good. It's basically like Gordon Ramsay's kitchen.
We were like
nightmares.
JLS there, Jack.
Yeah, I know, we're in sync there, boy.
What have you been up to this week, Jack? Not that. everyone knows who you
Me,
are.
a lot of work. I never stop working. But apart from that, I've been playing Final Fantasy VII as well. I've only just really started it. It's all right. Better than the original, I'd say.
Don't you let certain person hear you say that? Because
I mean,
Ooh. You'll get your
I'm
ass
taking
spanked.
photos.
You'll get your ass spanked, my friend.
Taking photos.
Yeah. I've got a Polaroid camera. I'm messing around with it. It's
Proper
all
one.
good fun. Yeah, like a proper old school one sort of thing. I'm not very good at it because all the photos turn out pretty shit. To be fair, they turn out black or white, and that's it.
Oh.
So don't point it in front of the sun and don't.
I've just
put it
realised something,
in
right? On this podcast, like,
mid-lighting.
I'm quite dark, and everyone else is like quite thin. And Jack's like, he's like on like BBC. It's like, so Jack, can you tell us about what you do? And he's like, well, I've got a camera and I'd like to take pictures. Back to you in the studio.
So I haven't taken any photos in a long time. Like for me Instagram page.
A few figures.
I'm what? Sorry, Tom.
I used to do photography, but I don't go out because of pandemic. So I stay in.
I can't go anywhere, and I can't just take photos in the garden all the time. So
I wish I
Well, you
could.
can. You just go for a walk out the cliff.
Anyway,
Oh,
I bought a 3D printer.
Oh, what?
And I'm doing lithophane. Oh, Simon might show us one.
Yep, I'm going to show you one. Hang on, Alexa, turn off the light. Office light.
You're such a lazy twat with Alexa, honestly.
Just
hang on.
Get up and press the button, you dickhead.
Turn off office light.
Just get up and turn it off.
Now he's going to fall over because he can't see where he's going.
Yeah, fucking idiot, man.
Falls on his arse.
So here we are. Look, he's coming back. So I'm doing lithophanes. Opening a Facebook shop soon.
Carry on, Fish. I'll
open a Facebook. I'm going to open a Facebook shop shortly with these lithophanes. Sam's going to show us one now.
Cool.
Just FYI, this is of.
It's way too bright. Can't see it. It's just a white square.
Right.
Still right. So
that looks like someone's pressed the boobs against the glass window.
Against the book.
Right. And now,
I can't see what the fuck it is.
Shine the light on it, Simon, from like
a distance.
Yeah, from a distance, so it's not just a big white
Spooky
square.
stories with Simon.
Fucking car headlights.
There you go.
I still can't see what the fuck it is.
Are you blind?
Blind?
Skinny pigs.
Biden.
Where's the guinea
it's getting
pigs?
political.
Where's the guinea pig? You are fucking blind, mate.
Right, viewers at home, I can't see a fucking thing. Help me out here.
Well, I can. Very.
Let me turn my light on.
Can
Maybe
you
it's
see it
'cause I'm
clearly?
dark. There we go.
I can make out some sort of rat on
the zoom
Hey.
in, I can see it.
The one opposite my finger.
You've got a head.
The one next to my finger.
A head there and a head there and then a foot.
Yeah.
Right, actually.
That's actually really good, to be fair. The detail is actually incredible.
Good, actually.
That guinea pig is the one that we lost about over a month ago.
Oh, don't get depressing, for fuck's sake. This is a kid friendly, this, even though
It's not
fucking God knows
kids
what.
friendly. But yeah, each one of those.
Not under 18.
That one took like
off.
8, maybe 9 hours. I can't remember.
Alexa, turn off his light.
Nice. Well, it's something that needs to be lit up permanently, not with a torch you bought from B&M.
It is alive. It is from B&M. But it
is from B&M, that light.
It is. But you don't need on constantly because you're not going to be in the room constantly, is it? It's supposed to be like we are going to go down the route of LED strips with USB power supply.
Honestly, this is amazing. Like,
to be fair, once I actually saw the details, it's actually really good.
Like that is amazing. So, Fish, I appreciate it, mate. And
it's nice.
Yeah, just like other half absolutely loves it. So obviously,
I've got a picture of the Abbey, got a picture of the piers, the cliffs from.
Yeah. So if you're at Whitby and fish and chips, get some chips on a platter. Oh yeah, speaking of artwork, we're doing like a little picture board thing with Vesemir and Floki, and my sister's done like a watercolor drawing of Vesemir.
That's brilliant. That
That's really
Very
good.
cute.
it's like very cartoony, which is
I
really
could
cool.
live a fan that.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Yeah, you could actually live for it. Yeah.
That's
But yeah, we're
adorable.
doing
that is.
personalised
For a
stuff.
price.
I've got an idea as well.
I'm gonna use
Gonna be
them as
doing-
like Twitch emotes and stuff eventually. And get them.
Good
Gonna
idea.
be doing.
I have to get some of my pictures for
We're going to be doing the Pokemon cards.
We don't want to see you, Dick.
So do you know the original three? You know, Charmander, Squirtle, Bulbasaur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're doing
Pikachu.
them on red, green, and blue. So
What about
Yeah, that'd be good,
Pikachu?
because it's not
You
start
can't miss out
Pokemon,
Pikachu.
it's not-
No, to be
I
fair,
was
do a
talking about the
Pikachu
start.
one.
Well, yeah,
Do
but
it.
I was talking about the
Pikachu
start.
was like
Choco-
back in
Chonko Pikachu. You have to do the one that's like
Pikachu was
massive.
back in the day. Like he pretty much started it.
Anyway, we'll move on to the news
Yeah.
now. We've got some news. Damn. That's Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. So
Yeah,
I think we
sure.
might have discussed it last week, but Michael B. Jordan was in talks to. No, we weren't talking about Michael B. Jordan in this context. We were talking about him in the context of him potentially being Superman. But Michael B. Jordan is going to be directing Creed 3.
Okay.
Nice.
It's coming
I
out
haven't
in
seen the second.
November 2022. It's his first ever film that is directed. What do you reckon?
I can't wait for it because I watched.
You have to.
Was
Creed-
directing and is starring in it as well.
I watched
Is
Creed 1 and 2, and I really enjoyed both of them films. I even
enjoyed
played
both of those.
I played the VR game as well. That was brilliant.
Did you just stand there
It's
going?
not just Wii boxing.
No,
Well, does that movie called The King hit now on Netflix?
Oh, fantastic.
That's a great film.
Great
the
film.
the guy who
Yeah,
plays Sir
he's
John
playing
Falstaff,
Paul
he's the director, isn't he? I think.
Is
I
it?
don't know. I've not seen it.
I think so.
No, I've
yeah.
seen it.
Honestly,
Hold on.
watching it. We'll have to review it on our podcast.
Is Michael B. Jordan the guy who plays the main boxer in Creed?
Yeah. He's Creed. He's he was Johnny Storm in Fantastic, and he was Killmonger in Black Panther as well.
I guess with him being in the acting role in the acting sort of career for a while, I'd say that does help. I mean, you have Brad Pitt directing films, but he's been in a lot of films. I think being a new director is definitely going to be something a lot more for him. So it'll be interesting to see what he comes out with. But like I said, hopefully he's actually thought about it and he's going to continue the film series the way he's done it in the previous two.
Yeah, well, it's not like a massive, daftly over budget blockbuster movie, is it? It's quite modest. You know, when it comes to, it's not a Marvel. He's not.
But to be fair, like, just
he's
because
not
it's modest doesn't
directing-
mean it's like going to be.
No, it's not. What I mean by
be
that is
better.
he's not directing like, I don't know, a
He hasn't
new
got a big
Marvel
fact check
movie.
to say, "Let's
A
do it,"
new
sort of
Marvel
thing.
movie is his first film. You know what I mean? He's not doing like a big, huge, thing. He's doing
Well,
a
he's still got
film that he
Sylvester
knows.
Stallone,
He knows the
hasn't he?
characters of it. I reckon I'm looking at IMDb right now, and I imagine Sylvester Stallone will probably be a producer if he's in the film. But
I
imagine
reckon
He'll definitely have
be a
some
He'll-
sort
he'll
of
make-
role with it.
You'll make an appearance.
was he in the
He'll
last
he'll
one?
invest
Because
in
I
it,
haven't
won't
he?
seen
Yeah.
the second one yet.
He was in
I
the
saw the
second
first
one.
one.
was.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're
first
both
one's
really
great.
good, but I do
Yeah.
prefer the first one. But
Yeah.
So that's
But,
that. I could delete that off me tabs now.
There's all your
Secondly,
porn now.
oh yes. Oh.
I've got a bit.
Secondly, Disney wants to release 100 new shows, films, or whatever, every year, according to what they said in the latest. I think it was an investor meeting or
Is
something
this
on Disney
is this
Plus.
like a trick question? Because like, is this like updating the
Trick
Disney?
question.
Oh, was it? Well, it wasn't
no, because
a question.
like, but they could be doing like things that are on Disney Plus now. They'll put shows that are on Disney Plus onto it, or they're creating
I think it
new
was-
things entirely.
I think it's new, completely new things. What's coming? Obviously, we recently got WandaVision. We're getting Falcon and the Winter Soldier next week.
Loki.
Loki's coming out as well. But then,
Well, they're on about
Yeah.
bringing Black Widow to it, aren't they?
I don't
Well,
know.
they're going to do a film for her as well.
But before Bob Iger left, and I don't know if he completely left or if he just stepped down from CEO or whatever he was. It was big boss man money.
Big
He
plus
said
one.
he wants quality over quantity, and this kind of feels like it's going the other way around.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, how many shows can you keep up with?
Yeah. And how many shows can you monitor the quality of at one? But I mean, Disney's huge, so
But 100 a year. There's 12 months in a year, so that's like
100 divided by 12.
12, yeah. That's
Yeah,
like
lots.
yeah.
Yeah. But
That's
they'll
like
have some already made and stuff, just sat waiting to go in, won't they? And
Yeah, I
like
mean-
they have National Geographic, and they just spit out documentaries without you even noticing.
Yeah, some
So-
decent Nat Geo Wild stuff on there as well.
Yeah.
The good
Yeah,
thing
I
about
mean-
Nat Geo is like it's not just all nature. It's nature, history. Like I used to I got a load of Nat Geo Wild Nat Geo the magazine series, and
Oh,
you get
yeah.
like maps and all sorts of stuff from like ancient civilization. It's fucking mint magazine series to get.
But my
It's really
favourite
good.
nacho is cheese.
God.
Get the fuck out. Right.
So yeah. Anyone else got any
Intense
news?
Mexican music
Yeah.
starts playing.
I got a bit of news that I shared in the group chat. Apparently, Grogu is going to be getting his own lightsaber.
That was.
And where have you heard?
When did you
this
share
news?
this, and where's
Well,
it from?
I shared it on. I can't remember when I shared it, but it was on
I'm
Wiki.
Wikiofnerds.com.
Yeah,
Oh god, here we go. Let's have a skig at this.
Grogu will reportedly get his own lightsaber in the Mandalorian.
Yeah,
So
but
we will still see him in
Okay.
the Mandalorian.
I've seen on Instagram pictures of Grogu's lightsaber, and it has the little beast symbol what Mando gets as a thing on his chest or whatever.
B symbol.
He kills
little
that beast, doesn't he? On the
beast,
Mandalorian, he
not
kills that
bee.
beast.
I thought you said B.
B.
And where Grogu uses the Force
Not
and
the
picks up that
bees.
monster.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that
Ah.
rhino.
He gets that symbol on his
Yeah.
pauldron or whatever.
They're
And
eating him.
apparently that symbol's going to be on his lightsaber. But this is all speculation. This isn't, this isn't,
I mean,
can't go by
he's
it. It's-
training under Luke Skywalker. I mean, he's going to get a lightsaber at some point. He's meant to be a
Yeah.
fucking Jedi.
I mean, there's reports saying that they're going to have a series based on young Luke training Grogu.
I've not heard this, but it'd be
I've
interesting.
seen it. I've seen it somewhere saying
mean-
that they're going to make a series of Luke.
Well, your source for
With-
that Grogu thing,
Sebastian Stan.
that Grogu thing that you were talking about there. I'm just looking through the thing, and its source of this particular news article from Wiki of Nerds is Patreon.
Patreon.
Patreon, yeah,
say
What,
charity
from
of
Jack
and
justice,
Story?
by a group called Rumors.
So, Simon, you
Basically,
may as well just gone on to
citation needed is
Facebook.
But it is a decent rumor. Like,
That's
I mean,
where I
he's
got it from,
definitely
Facebook.
going to have.
Oh, of course you got it from Facebook.
He is definitely going to
Oh,
have a
Smack
lightsaber at
this
some
boy
point.
over the
but
head.
he's a
You
Jedi,
don't
isn't he?
trust anything.
To be honest, I would love to see a Luke Skywalker series with Sebastian Stan as Luke Skywalker.
They'll
Yeah.
probably
I
do one. In his 100 Disney shows are going to churn out every year.
I'll watch it.
They'll do all
Might do
sorts.
one just about Leia's left toe. I mean, they're
Yeah,
going
you
to run
never
out of
I'd
things
watch that.
eventually.
Episode
I've got a bit of
5.
news.
She clips him.
I've
Go
got a
on.
bit of news for you.
You
Bring
So
it
pregnant?
on.
on September the 3rd, no, I've already given birth to that in the toilet about 20 minutes ago. September the 3rd, 2021,
Ooh.
a new Resident Evil reboot is coming out.
Is
But
this
it
year?
looks like yes,
that
this
this
year. But it looks like they're actually doing the plot from the people that they've actually casted for the roles. That it'll be Resident Evil 2 and 3
Ooh.
as one film. So they're actually starting from that point and sort of going using the first one as flashbacks. But that's my speculation just by who's being casted and which characters are showing up. And as well as that, the logo for the poster is the original Resident Evil 2 logo.
Who has
Which
been
is quite
cast?
exciting.
I want to have a quick.
Who has been cast? There are a lot of new actors in this one, which I'm actually quite excited about. The only one that I do know is Neil McDonough, and he's playing William Birkin. So, and that's
No
the
idea.
only actor I
Oh
really
yeah, he's in.
recognise.
He was the bad guy in Arrow season 4.
Yeah,
Sorry, the Magic Man.
This
magic-
might be okay
Yeah,
then.
Magic Pack. Well, it's
I think it will be. It's a good story to follow, really.
I don't know. Will it beat the original series of series films of Resident Evil? Like with
Uh,
me,
They dropped off at a certain point.
with
Massively.
Mila
yeah,
Jovovich.
after the first one.
Yeah.
That's like asking about. That's like saying, winning a race against somebody with no legs is pretty easy to do. So it will be easy to beat that.
It will be very easy to beat that. It's we did
I
talk about this because it's in post production now. I remember us actually talking about it being wrapping filming a couple of weeks ago. Maybe I think we did it before lockdown because I'm sure we were at my house with cameras and shit set up. But yeah,
Hang on, was that the time when Tom messed it up, saying, "Oh, we're all in different houses"? Fuck off, Tom. No, we're not. We're in the same house.
we're not at the moment.
No,
Are we?
oh,
Anyway,
fuck's
that's
sake.
hopefully that'll be quite good.
Well, it depends on the do it. They'll make it more scary. They'll make it more sort of
I hope
More
they
of a
make it more
horror, more-
atmospheric.
more of a rather like make it like a sci-fi zombie film. Make it actually like a horror
I'll tell
zombie
you-
film.
I'll tell you what I do want to watch is that new movie with Mila Jovovich, The Monster Hunter.
Apparently, it's pretty meh.
It looks mint.
No.
No,
How does it fit into Monster Hunter? I mean, Monster Hunter already has its own universe, but it's based in our universe.
I
It
don't know.
doesn't.
Right.
It's
So,
not happening.
yeah.
I've got a little bit of news here. Matt Reeves has revealed that the Batman has wrapped production. So it's now in post production. This was 6 hours ago. This came up on a Instagram page I follow
Ooh.
called Comic Community. Really good. They have loads of good stuff on here. I like that because someone's opening another box a wiki.
okay.
I was after watching the trailer for the Batman, I was quite nervous because you don't want it with all this lockdown shit, and there was fears of it being cancelled because people had COVID. And then Robert Bat himself got COVID, and it was all that. But
What a cock.
it's finished,
I'm a cop because he got COVID.
Yeah.
and also
Fucking
What a
Avatar.
wanker! He got ill.
I know,
Yeah, I know.
what a dickhead.
On a global pandemic, this guy got ill. Oh, what a dick.
On,
Absolute
Also,
not cheese.
in other news, Avengers End Game has now been beaten again. No, not again. But Avatar has
By 22.
reclaimed its #1 spot as a
Seriously, Avatar.
highest grossing film again because it was re-released in China. That's cheating in my eyes.
Yeah, that is cheating. I mean, they are bringing Avatar 2 out, aren't they?
That's
either
like
next year, I think.
that's like Indian films.
It
Because
sounds like James Cameron being a bit petty and going, "Oh fuck,
have you seen those Indian films? What the
China's making a bit
No, I
more
don't
money
watch Indian
nowadays."
films, mate. I
No,
watch...
but no, basically like Bollywood, right? Bollywood movies, right? Because of the population of India and the huge support of the Indian population for Bollywood, their films get all over YouTube, everything, and some of their films are actually like pretty
Fucking
alright. To be
unreal.
fair. There's like a
I mean, I
Remember
like
it's like-
Turkish
it's like a
Star
fight
Wars,
scene
that's
and
very good.
and it's great. It's really good. I think it's sort of like Balhoom or something, or like something.
The proper
Something would be-
ridiculously over the top.
Yeah.
Aren't they? But
It's like yeah.
Don't know how that relates into this.
Yeah,
Um,
Tom.
No, because you mentioned the population of population of China, so
No,
I
I
was
mentioned
cheating. But I was
the,
like,
the economy is growing in China, I think,
Are you drinking that with Pepsi?
and
mate, I drink
so
Honestly
it
or
just feels like
Pepsi.
James Cameron's gone.
Why? Coke's better.
No, Pepsi Max.
Shut the fuck up, bitch!
Fish is talking.
It feels like James Cameron's gone. "Oh, we need to get more money. We need to beat Avengers. It's not a real film. It's not cinema." And then released it in China for crack. I think he's cheating. Yeah,
China owns like
It's got a lot of CGI.
Everything. I say the Chinese economy is probably like the most strongest economy in the world at this point.
I don't know. Anyone else got any more news?
Not really. That was my only news for
Oh,
today.
wow. Well, that was fast. Well, we're going on to Aquaman then, because we've got nothing else.
Oh, I was going to say, Vax have a new steam cleaner out and you get a free 50 quid thing when you buy one.
So we're going.
Have you seen that Vax advert where it's like, ooh, what does that mean? And it goes, the Vax suction cup has extra things to microbial fucking pick up shit. And it's like, what does that mean? And it's like, oh, fuck off. Just buy it.
If you're going to make if you're going to invent a carpet cleaner, you could at least make the name the rug muncher or the carpet muncher.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll sell well.
I mean-
with all the lesbians.
Nothing to do with.
Go down to Home Depot and buy the Rug Muncher 5.0.
Off topic.
I mean,
But
over in
just to change the subject a bit, I did watch the new Riot and the Last Dragon. That was quite good.
You paid for that rather than waiting until June.
you paid
Do you really think I would pay for that?
How have you watched it then?
Magic, Tom. We don't talk about it here.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
Magic,
a certain kind of
We don't
pirate
know.
ship comes onto your TV.
Wait, there, I hear a knock at the door.
Who's that knocking at your door? Who is ringing your bell? Yeah, so this week's main topic is the review of Aquaman, released in 2018. Got an overall rating on IMDb of 6.9, starring Jason Momoa and directed by James Wan.
Why?
Who wants to
Not yet.
try their best to explain the plot of Aquaman? Go on, Jack. I want as much
Fish
energy
man.
as you could possibly give.
It
in
has to
high
be funny.
detail.
It has to be funny. If it's not funny, I'm
Right.
taking over.
Aquaman doesn't want to be Aquaman. He lives in a lighthouse, and his mum and dad live like Bridget Jones. There's a war, and he doesn't like his brother. And overall, if you like CGI, you'll like this film.
Hey, there's a lot of practical effects in this film.
A few.
I've never seen a film like where seagulls aren't real. What the fuck is going on?
I'll tell you what, though, I bet you actually have, without realising.
I mean, it must be
Like,
pretty
there's a
good.
scene where they're in a bar drinking. Is that pint glass real? Is the liquid real? What's happening?
I mean, Tia Morrison's face was literally floating around at one point. Yeah.
Yeah, because he had to de-age
He
it,
floated
didn't he,
into
for
his
the
beer
last
glass and came back out.
one. Right, so not exactly the best plot recap. Go on, do you want to give it a go, Simon? You look like you take loads of notes of this.
Oh, I thought I was going to go.
I'd say it's about a man who lives at a lighthouse. He finds this woman ashore, drags her up, heals her. They fall in love, have a kid. A dog doesn't like her, starts barking.
He finds her on shore, drags her up.
Drags her up.
Gives her a
has his
cup of
way.
Go on, keep
gives her
going.
a cup of
Rebecca.
tea. Gives her a cup of tea and says, "Here, drink that."
Yorkshire
Here.
brew. Yorkshire brew. And she's like, oh, that's fucking good, that.
It's a bit more in depth. Come on, hurry up.
They have
I'm
a
on a
kid.
brief somewhere.
He has to go away because she has to marry the king because he's a cunt. And then he gets told that his man was dead.
I
And
mean,
in
she's a
fact,
bit of a cheating bitch.
well, she's not really though. I mean, she was forced to do it.
She was
This
married.
is-
Think of the
This is-
children.
Think of the
hard, this.
children.
This is difficult, this.
Right, Tom, you take over.
Right.
Here we go.
Back in the ye old days of 19 something, a guy's in lighthouse and it's all stormy and he's got his torch on and everything. He's trying to close his windows because it's fucking windy outside.
And he's closing his windows outside.
Well,
I
if
think
you look
so.
actually there, he's got those
Yeah, the
big wooden
shutters.
shutters, you
Yeah,
dickhead. Carry on,
big-
Tom.
Cause it's back in the day. You had shutters then. Now you have double glazing. He looks out into yonder and he sees on the shore, a mysterious woman's being washed up, but she's holding a
That's no
trident.
way.
It's not
She's
a
wearing
trident.
a
It's a
slim
It's a
outfit.
fork.
fivent, because it's got 5 things.
Oh, it's just a trident. Fucking hell.
Fork.
So anyway, he shines his torch on her and goes, well, am I drinking? Or what's going on? I haven't seen that before. Anyway, he waddles down like a duck. Waddles down. Yeah.
Waddles.
Finds a woman, drags her out. Anyway, he observes the woman and it finds out that this woman isn't from his world. and then after like some sort of observation and, you know, a brief sort of encounter where he could get killed by this mysterious woman, he sort of, you know, teaches this woman about his culture and like realizes, oh, she's not from this world, she's from this Atlantis world, which is like under the sea.
Under the
people.
sea.
And then they fall in love because they spent so much time together. They have a kid, and she educates the kid about who she is. She's the queen of Atlantis, and her son is basically the rightful king, the heir, so to speak.
Yeah.
And then, oh, you know, they're living happily ever after, and then boom, explosion. Nasty men are coming in, and they haven't knocked on the door. They've gone through wall.
How dare they?
Cost me. That's good. Home insurance doesn't cover that. Fucked. So anyway, there's a little fight. You think, oh, someone might die here, but they don't. She disappears, and the dad's left to bring up the son. Anyway, cut to in the future where the son's older and he's got a beard. It's Jason Momoa.
This is painful. Keep
Go
going.
on, Fish.
You take over then. Go on.
Fish, take over.
There's a black man.
We'll be here all night.
Right, so the
Two
movie
of them.
starts with a flapping shutter in wind.
Oh, we've got Yorkshire style.
Beginning.
Flap it, shut it, wind. Blowing
So,
fucking gale it
right.
was.
Get this. Wind, lots of it, yeah. Stormy seas. Woman ran away from her arranged marriage with a man she doesn't want to be married to. She runs, she finds Django Fett.
Oh, yeah.
He finds her, heals her, makes her better, make a baby, fall in love first, then they make a baby. It'd be a bit weird if they did it
Consent's
other way around.
needed. This is touchy feeling.
Baby grows up, and then the house gets attacked, and she has to run away. And then he's left. Django Fett's raised Boba Fett on his own. Arthur Curry, not quite a full one, just a bit of one.
At least you have something to it.
And then it cuts to this bit where Aquaman has to save a submarine from these pirates, but then he kills his dad. He kills, what's his name? Black Manta?
Black Manta.
Black Manta. Black Mamba.
Black man.
Behold the Black Mamba.
That's a
kills-
poisonous snake. They're very deadly.
he
Do not
kills-
underestimate Black Mamba.
It's also got a big black member as
Black
well.
Manta's dad is like, you did this. It's your own fault. You shouldn't be here. Goes away, and there's this subplot about him that gets wasted. But then it's all about him trying to find this special magic trident so he can beat his stepbrother, his half brother, but because he can't with this normal one for some reason.
His mother's.
It's stepbrothers too.
Yeah, he bought a budget Walmart Trident, and his brother's got the brand new Walmart Trident 5.0, and then they can't beat each other. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
I mean,
So he has a
Stone
fight
Cold
under
goes
the
a bit like-
sea, gets beat under the sea. He's been mentored. We're getting
Underwater.
flashbacks because he's getting mentored by the Green Goblin, Willem Dafoe.
Oh, he's funny in that film.
And he's been he's touring the husband beater around the Earth world. And yeah. And then he ends up beating him in a fight with loads of I won't lie.
You missed
I
out the bit
lost-
where Ariel appears from Disney.
yeah, exactly.
I lost track.
How are we missing this?
I'm
whole
here to
story
save
is the
you.
Little
I'm a Disney
Mermaid?
princess.
So basically, a lot of stuff happens in this film. A lot of stuff happens in this film. There's wasted storylines. Well, not wasted storylines. Underplayed storylines. The action is very entertaining. It's just a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Say how
Also,
much there is. I have several pages of notes
Were you writing the
on this
script?
film.
Were you writing the script down?
The only way, right? Because I know how Jack speaks. It's very slow, and we'll be here for ages, right?
And,
How about
that's him.
drew a picture of Aquaman.
Jack,
That's him.
that's That's
the best
mine.
bit there.
Half a page.
Right.
Anyway.
The way we can do this is if Jack reads his notes and then when we get to a bit, we discuss the bit what he's on about. and
No,
that's
we're
what
going
we
to
can
do this as
No, I'm
normal,
not going
Tom.
to read the notes.
Are you ready?
All right, fair enough.
Right.
Right.
We're going to do our usual favourite scene. What was your favourite scene out of Aquaman? What's your favourite bit? Favourite bit?
The end. No.
The end.
I like the
No.
bit where he fights Black Manta. I thought that was actually a pretty good choreographed scene. The effects are all right. Really cool costume design. It was just cool.
Yeah. Simon? Oh, there's that really big one shot as well at that bit where they're running across the roof and it pans back through a window and you see, yeah. Really good scene.
I've got a thing about that. You know when they're running across the rooftops and stuff, the camera angle.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't it remind you of Fast and the Furious 6?
Oh yeah, when they jump
I
out.
don't watch
Yeah.
films most
Is
of
it
the time.
Fast 6 or Fast 5?
I know what you mean. I think it's Fast 5,
Yeah.
the one with Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Yeah.
When he's
I was
first
like,
introduced.
I'm sure I've seen this similar before. But I don't know. There's a lot of good fight scenes in it. But probably one of my favorite bits is where Amber Heard's character breaks all the bottles of wine and it's like actually kills. You make spears or like spikes out of him.
Oh, Death by
throws-
Trevento.
Yeah.
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 I thought
The
that.
Devil's Cellar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I climbed the mountain and fuck me, I had no oxygen and I'm dead.
I mean, I did like that, and
Trevento.
also the bit where she just jumps out the plane, and he's like, and the plane driver's like, "What?" And he's like,
Parachute.
"Redheads." And he just jumps out the plane with her.
What's your
But I
favourite?
don't. on.
He's still going. No, go on.
No, I'm done. I'm done.
Oh, what's your favourite scene, Tom?
I'd probably say.
Stop swearing.
Sorry.
Are we up?
I can't think really. I'd probably say the big fight scene where that weird Krusty Krab man's like, we'll give him a fight you'll never remember, blah! Like basically Winston Churchill of the crustacean world. We shall fight them in the brine lands, we shall fight them in the sea. Oh, that bit's fucking brilliant.
Played by Brian Blessed, that crab thing.
Was it?
I remember.
Well, it sounded like Brian Blessed to me.
I can have a look.
Fucking brilliant.
Which
Brian.
'cause I know
Brian.
So that scene was
Can't
really
see
good.
Brian.
And the bit where they were on that fishing boat and they reached the trench and all them like weird
Oh yeah,
Deep
that's a good
fucking,
scene. I reckon Simon had to hide behind a pillow for that bit.
all them drowners come from Witcher 3 and they're trying to attack
I
the
hid
boat.
behind Christie for that one.
The
what bit?
trench. When he
Do
gets
you know the
attacked
bit
by the
on
trench.
the fishing boat and you have to get them flares because all them creatures are from
Oh
the trench.
yeah, yeah.
And
I
they dive,
actually
in,
enjoyed
they
that
dive
bit.
into the scene. It's just fucking thick with him. And
Yeah,
it's like,
Yeah.
oh,
Actually.
I
any
enjoyed that
second
bit.
like that like go out and they're dead.
Well, they look like deep ones from Cthulhu. They look quite cool, actually.
So-
I like that.
I think my favourite fight scene was probably probably the first fight scene in the film, in the house.
Yeah,
The
it's a good
house
fight
is
scene, to be
loads
fair,
of
yeah.
practical
It's
effects are going on in that, and obviously some probably hidden CG ones. But I really enjoyed that scene because that's like a big spinning shot, isn't it? Of them
Yeah.
just kicking ass and taking names.
The one thing I thought was fucked up about that scene was when she threw the spear and it looked like it was about to hit him. If I was him, I'd be like, "You could have fucking hit me. Don't throw that.
She's an Atlantean.
At least tell me to
no.
duck."
She's an Atlantean
He
warrior. I
never
don't
gets
think she is.
involved, though. He never goes, "Ah, my wife, I'll kill you."
Yeah, but like, if
No,
my
no,
wife, if my wife was throwing a trident at me, like toward, like past me,
Yeah,
I'd
but there's a
want her
difference
to tell
between
me
your
to
wife
do it.
throwing a
Why should I?
trident, an actual professional throwing a trident.
Yeah.
hey,
Anyway, if it was not that, then I'd say it's probably the Black Manta fight scene at the end. Like, not at the end. It feels like it's at the end. It's that long.
I don't know. There's
where he,
about 4 endings to that film.
Yeah, there's. Yeah,
There
I
was, to be
really
fair.
enjoyed that whole scene, I thought that was really cool. You know, the big tracking shot of him jumping over the buildings,
Yeah.
where he rugby tackle, shoulder barges the bell out of the way from hitting that woman.
Yeah, that little girl. Yeah.
And the rag doll falling off the end. Well, the stunt
Yeah,
of the guy
that
falling
was-
off the cliff.
That was
Fucking
I
hilarious.
gotta
brutal.
say,
Absolutely brilliant.
I gotta
Which
say
was that?
the death of Black Manta was actually surprisingly more brutal.
Is he
than I
dead,
thought it
though?
would be.
He's not dead.
Yeah.
No, there's an after credit scene where he's alive.
Is it?
Yeah.
I turned the film off.
To be fair, I forgot there was an end of credit scene.
Yeah. I didn't.
I was like,
I
it's a
forgot,
DC
but I
film,
was
not
in the middle
Marvel.
of doing something else, and it come on. I was like, oh.
That Marvel guy's in there,
right.
Jimmy Woo. And he's like,
So
"Oh,
I've got some
what are you
notes. I was the last couple of weeks. I brought up The Rookie because I've been watching The Rookie on, on telly. It's don't know if you've heard about it, Jack. It's about Nathan Fillion stars as the oldest rookie to ever join the LAPD.
Okay.
And the guy who plays Black Manta's dad is Jackson West. This character's called. It's his dad is like the captain or the head of the internal affairs in The Rookie. So I thought that was a little nit
Okay.
bit. We've got Green Goblin. I've wrote Green Goblin is here. Awesome action.
Willem Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe, aye. One shot scene from Black Manta fight. Wine attack.
Wait.
Practical effects. Shame the Black Manta isn't the big bad. He's a good villain, and as far as I'm aware, I'm not 100% sure, but he's kind of like the Aquaman's Joker.
He's basically
he's
like
like
Crossbones
Batman's
in it
Joker.
for that Marvel bit. Do you know that Marvel film where Crossbones
Yeah,
comes into
yeah.
it? He-
But he's like-
that's
Civil
what
War.
that, that's what
Really
Black Manta is. It's
And the
just
child
Crossbones.
acting is awful for the
Yeah,
flashbacks.
kid acting was awful.
There's some proper
Jason
dodgy green
Momoa
screen.
can't act.
He can act better than those kids.
He's there
The,
to look good.
the
But other
desert,
than that, it's
the desert in particular, green screen, was fucking god awful. It's so bad.
there's a scene where they first go into Atlantis
I put the
and it's
trench
them-
scene with an
and
exclamation
it's
mark.
them driving through Atlantis, and the lights from the CGI is so bright you haven't got a fucking clue what's going on. You're like,
It looks like
I
Tom
didn't know
Legacy.
what was going on.
I put this the trench scene, scary, awesome horror feel. Some
Yeah.
good slow mo, a bit too much in some places, but there's some decent slow mo. Big cool CGI war at the end, so that Ocean Master can take over the crab people. And Jimmy Woo is the scientist who appears on the telly. You know, Jimmy Woo
Yeah.
from One Division, and he's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
person who saves the Black Manta at the end.
I
He's
think I
also
pointed.
the
In the
same
after credit
one
scene.
out of Ant-Man as well.
Yeah, he's an Ant-Man there. And Jimmy Woo. I mean, it's not
Yeah.
like Jimmy Woo character.
maybe in the
this,
multiverse they'll link it with DC.
Imagine. Would never happen.
No,
But,
No.
that's making news for you. Hey,
Mm.
Simon.
Marvel, BBC.
Shrek is like the third Avenger, isn't he?
Yeah. Oh my god, can you imagine that? Hey, I'm Donkey.
On the leash.
What have you got from your notes, Jack? I haven't got many. I know you've got quite a few. So have you got any?
Oh,
what-
man, God.
have you got any like any big?
If you need a
Any
pee,
big
go now
points?
because it's a bit long.
Got any
Right.
chunky
I
points?
need a
Um,
drink.
Okay.
Oh.
So I kind of picked up that in the first
Give us
part
your
of
glass.
the film, it was like watching Bridget Jones and the perfect sort of like Willow. It's like watching some sort of like romantic sort of Little Mermaid sort of story. And it got tired until she started killing people, which actually I thought was kind of cool.
Did you get
um,
horny?
Of course I did. I had a massive hard on. And the costume design was quite cool. What kind of came out of that? Then you go to like present day, don't you, with all that shit with Black Manta and stuff. I thought, yeah, it's really cool. Black Manta's a undersea pirate guy, but he already kind of somewhat hates Aquaman for no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kind of
and
like,
then-
oh, I knew we'd meet eventually.
Yeah,
I
there's
knew
no
me
there's no
eventually.
backstory to him. They just introduce him, and it's like, what
Yeah,
is it?
like,
Where's
yeah,
the
don't
he
really,
potential?
like fucking hates him for no
yeah,
reason.
you don't really get why he hates Aquaman.
Well, you do. He kills his dad.
Not
Well, he
before
No, but
that.
eventually hates him
that's-
more.
That's after. That's after. He
Then he
hates him
hates
already.
him more.
before.
But I mean, he
Kills his
already
dad,
doesn't
then
like
he-
him, but then he hates him afterwards.
One
doesn't
thing
he?
that
He
I
kills
picked
his
up on,
dad.
right,
Go on.
was he lifts that like submarine out of the water. Now submarines float and descend because they fill up tanks and they release tanks. Wouldn't that be full of water? So you just lift it up and it fall back down on it.
This is a
Which
Hollywood movie, Jack. We don't talk about physics here.
Yeah, but then the physics come in at the right point when he fucking kills his dad, doesn't it? So, you know,
Yeah.
kind of.
I can't lift this nuke.
The fact that during that whole scene when Aquaman comes in, how come we have to have that slow, that pausing scene where he stops every 5 minutes with his big hairy nipples out, right? And he turns around and he goes,
Oh, he does this. He does this. He goes.
Yeah, there was a lot. There was a lot of that in that scene, in particular, wasn't there? There was a lot of.
That whole scene was made for 4-year-old mums that had to take their kids that they hate
Jason
to the
Momoa.
cinema. You know, because they've got to have some entertainment for a bit, seeing Jason Momoa with no fucking t-shirt on.
It's fan
There's
service.
that
Yeah.
bar scene as well, where Jason Momoa really tries throughout the whole film to be a man. Maybe he should cut his fucking hair. Right. Okay. So hot chick comes out of the water after he's literally
Fuck's sake.
pissed out of his mind. Oh yeah, we
Nice.
have that prelude bit where they're talking underwater, which is kind of cool. You see Willem Dafoe and Dolph Lundgren, who by the way does nothing throughout the film.
He
'Cause he's
Yeah, he
such a
doesn't
shit.
do much, does he?
No, he doesn't.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
He did more. He did more in the Expendables #1. than
Yes, he
in that
did.
film.
So yeah, we get the hot redhead chick who comes out of the water. Which,
Amber
by the
Heard.
way, I timed and watched the film, and I made a tally of how many times that Jason Momoa stares at her tits. 34 times. 34 fucking times. Look, I even fucking threw it down. Right, okay. And I shit you not, he fucking stares at his. She stares at his penis 3 times.
How can you tell? How can you
because-
tell, Jack?
Because you look at the eyes. I did. I started getting obsessed with it. Like, when is he looking at his tits?
Jack, did you look at Amber Heard's tits as well?
Oh.
Well, how
To be
could
fair,
you not?
everyone-
They were on the
you-
screen
I'm not-
like this
right,
at
I'm not-
one point, weren't they?
Right, due to political satire,
Oh.
whatever, what's going on now. But
Don't stop it. I've got it now, Don.
her costume is literally just.
Yeah.
It's just. Look at my breasticles.
It's basically her costume was this.
What's
The
your
whole
hair?
film.
I don't remember hairy chest.
It's like, hi Aquaman.
Yeah,
Do you
anyway,
wanna
carry
save
on.
the world. Anyway, back to the. We had that flashback scene where he talks to the sharks and stuff. Also, why can he stop bullets? I don't know. Is he Superman? Who fucking
He's-
knows?
Aquaman his skin's
Gay.
toughened
Um,
because of because he's an Atlantean who's supposed to be able to live underwater at the high pressures of water, so bullets
That-
don't
Well,
affect him.
Later on in the
Well,
scenes,
smaller bullets.
Atlantean people get shot and they die.
That's true.
And they've got armor on.
Who do you get shot
Uh,
by?
In that war, they get shot by each other, don't they? They get the
Yeah,
armor
by
and they
big
die.
plasma guns, not pistols. And machine guns, like
He
real
gets
life.
hit by a
I've got a
rocket
Colt
bullet.
1911. I'm going to shoot you with it. Bang.
And then
Yeah.
eventually they go underwater and it's like Tron and it looks kind of cool. Also made me have a seizure.
There's a lot of lights.
Yeah,
There's a
flash
lot of
warning.
lights.
Yeah.
And then there's the bit where he gets captured, and it's a bit like that bit where the Arbiter gets caught in Halo. And he's still being a cocky arsehole throughout the whole thing. It's like, can you drop the edgy shit
Yeah.
for
You
like
can kind of
5
see how he's
seconds?
stronger than the average Atlantean at that scene, can't you? Because he just like wrecks him with the
Yeah.
chains.
He is, but he calm down, mate. And then there's a trial by combat, because he's
What's
like
it, challenging him for the
Lannister now.
throne?
Mm-hmm. So they have that Klingon death fight, and that's pretty cool. But yeah, I kept writing Step Brothers 2 Electric Boogaloo in this. But you know what was really important about that scene? The fact there's a bongo octopus.
The
Yeah,
bongo
bongo
playing
octopus.
Yeah.
And he's like,
I've got 8 arms on me. It's like
Yeah.
this. It's like this. It's like that. It's like
and then something happens. He gets saved or some shit. They go to the desert, and then they do that really bad cover of Africa that made my ears bleed. And then there's still the Little Mermaid kind of shit going off throughout the whole film. They fall down a big hole, and
Oh, you missed the underwater boat scene.
oh yeah, that one.
It's a good
Which
idea,
one
that.
was-
It's where they're talking. So basically, they're explaining what needs to happen for the film. In the film, what's going to happen with the rest of the film? Essentially, he needs to find
Oh
his
yeah,
new
the
fork.
whole.
And he's like,
war
I've already
and-
got one. It's like, but this is better because it does stuff.
Exactly, yeah. He's Spork. He's after his new Spork that
Yeah.
can talk to.
And then you have that
elephants.
really. I think that's a really cool fight scene as well, where they're fighting there.
I'll tell you where you could get
Yeah.
a good spork from. KFC.
Yes, you can.
Do
the
some
fruit.
mint gravy as well.
Oh,
Don't let
Um,
Luke drink gravy.
stop.
That was funny.
Stop.
That
oh,
was.
I want a KFC now. Thanks, boys.
And then we kind of go on a bit more. Manta Ray and stuff has been speaking with the underwater blokes. And then he gets like that armor and he re-engineers it, and it's kind of cool. While they go and have their little lovers party over it in the
Lovers.
Sicilian
That's-
islands,
Yeah.
even though they're like, I don't know, it's something like out of a shitty rom-com for a bit. And she does that magic thing for the kid, and the kid doesn't go, holy shit, water's moving, and has a heart attack. No, the kid's like, oh wow, dolphins. So yeah, that kind of happens, and then there's that big cool fight scene, and then there's Trevento Blast.
The wine attack. For those who
Yeah.
don't know what Trevento is, a brand of wine.
Red wine.
Yes,
Malbec.
Casillero del Diablo.
Yes.
Yeah,
Castellero
Stella.
del Diablo, yeah.
exactly. And then
That one guy
Jason Momoa is
sticks
on
his
a
head.
boat.
That one guy sticks his head down the toilet because he can't breathe because his helmet's cracked. Who at
yeah.
home has a toilet that full of water?
Yeah, that's a
Like
fair
it's
point.
right up to the brim, innit?
I mean, I can tell you when I went to America, like the toilets are like really low down. I don't know if it's same in Sicily, but because when I used to sit on those toilets, my balls used to touch the water.
Oh,
I've just realised, right? There was no bidet next to it.
No, there's no
Public
bidet.
toilet in
There
a-
was no bidet.
in
He
a
could
shop,
have
wasn't
sprayed it in his mouth. couldn't he?
Yeah, because in most countries like that, they have bidets next to toilets.
Maybe they just have a pig that just.
But it
spits
was
water
also in a
out.
wine shop, wasn't it? It wasn't like a home toilet.
Exactly. It was a
It's a
wine.
staff toilet.
Exactly. It's
You've
not going
seen
to have a
the one
bidet,
with
is it?
spoons. It's always clogged.
Anyway,
Right. Yeah, he goes on a boat. He's like, I'm a big dom and I don't want to be a king because I'm too thick and stupid to be a king. And
he is a bit thick and stupid.
yeah, and I like to beat people up. But that makes you a king, apparently. Then they have that Deep Ones fight, which is really cool, and they get chased by all those like big horrible creatures, and that's awesome. I kind of forget all the political bits because it's a bit like Star Wars Episode 1, 2, and 3, where you don't listen to it.
Yeah.
And then they end up in Jurassic Park.
Is it the whole
Axe-
Hollow Earth theory, isn't it? It's the whole.
Yeah, it's Journey to the Center of the Earth.
Yeah, I was just
Will
gonna say
Ferrell's
Journey to the
there,
Centre of
that's
the
his
Earth.
It's basically Ark Survival Evolved, Ragnarok in it or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm almost through this drink, by the way.
And then,
Um,
and then he finds out that his mum's alive.
Yeah.
And then he meets Ursula, and she's protecting the fork, because his mum said, "Go on, be king." And then the main bad guy is like, "I don't like you, Willem Dafoe." And arrested.
Do you think I knew? Don't you think I didn't know that you weren't betraying us?
Yeah, why didn't he kill him?
And
Exactly.
he locks him up, doesn't he?
I was expecting
And
a
then
little
I
fight scene with
go-
that where he uses that spin attack.
Mm.
Out of
Oh,
nowhere.
that is brilliant. That yeah.
The crab people come out of nowhere.
Yeah,
'Cause
who
we
the
do
fuck are the
really-
crab people?
I don't know. All of a sudden, it's like we're gonna have a war with who? Oh, the crab people.
Because he wants to go and
Yeah.
the enemy's goal is to take over the 7 seas so that he can become
Yeah.
Ocean Master.
It
So he needs
is.
to go and fight the crab. He needs to go and negotiate with the crab people, but he kind of knows already that they're not going to accept. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
why Worf breaks out.
No, but I thought the whole point of
They're
the movie was
already
like
waiting for
declare
it.
war on the surface world.
Yeah,
And
Yeah,
was
but
like-
he needs to
he was
become
going-
Ocean
he-
Master first.
No, but he was going against law to do it because he killed that other guy, that other king, to get submission.
Right.
Yeah.
The
They
thing
made
is,
people.
because all this stuff exists, you've watched Deadliest Catch, right?
No.
Okay.
no.
Like
Yeah,
they
I've
go
watched
out
Deadliest
on the
Catch.
trawlers and they just like catch crabs and stuff. I mean, they'd be making loads of money. Like, imagine just getting one of those crabs. You'd be making book on one of them giant crab people. You just
Yeah.
stab him, cut him up. You sell him
Yeah,
on.
but when you pull that giant crab person up, all you'd be getting is the giant crab person going, "What the fuck are you doing? Get me back! Put me back in the water now!
Get
Oh,
off
fuck,
me.
slice you up,
That's
bitch!"
why you stab him. You don't let him breathe.
He's anyway.
The kaiju fight with the Kraken's quite cool, but I just find it really chaotic.
Yeah, there's a lot
Um,
of stuff going on in that end scene. Like so much
And then,
underwater
like,
explosions.
to be
The war,
fair-
the war gets put on pause when like she talks to her dad, Ariel.
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh, Dad, he's good. Oh, he's
Mm.
good. Let's stop the war and go up there."
Well, let's
That-
talk about that. 3 scenes in that film. One, you have this fight on the ship at the beginning with Black Manta, and all of a sudden his dad goes, "Hold on, son. We need a bonding session right now. Even though we're in the middle of a mission. Here's my knife that was given to me by my dad. You can have it now." Oh,
Yeah, I'm
that's
proud of
great.
you.
Done.
Boy.
What's that? Aquaman. Give me that knife. Fucking stop.
But I like
Yeah.
it when he stabs him in the chest, but just kind of hits him and he's
Don't
like,
exactly. Shit. Useless in that fight. And then there's another scene, yeah, like Tom said, she has a talk with her dad and goes, "Don't, that's my boyfriend." Well, soon to be boyfriend. Shh. I mean, don't attack him. I like him. He's like, "All right, I'll let you off with that one." And then they have that like Disney kiss, don't they? Oh. In front of all the battle scene while everyone's dying. They have that little kiss. They go like that.
Yeah.
And good timing, G. And just like the Italians, her dad turns coat in the middle of a fight. Mortal Kombat final fight on the surface.
doesn't kill him and his mum comes back.
Yeah, Mum says it's his turn on the throne.
You just kind of
So-
accept after being you just get beaten in combat, but then he just kind of accepts it, doesn't he?
Yeah, he kind of accepts it, and she says, "Look, you've been bad, but I'll let you off. You can go to prison for a bit.
Yeah.
But if you let your brother sit on the throne for at least 2 years, I might let you out a year later, and you can have turkey dinosaurs."
Let's
What-
talk about the acting just a little bit.
Shit.
So we've got Jason Momoa, who he's a bit subpar in at the moment. He's only
Very wooden.
yeah. Amanda seems decent. Willem Dafoe is always good.
Yeah.
But I like the overacting given to us by Patrick Willison, who is the Ocean Master, King Orc.
Yeah.
But can we
He's in a lot
we-
of James Wan films.
can
What,
we
Tom?
pause at 22:06? I need to pee.
We've nearly finished.
I know, but
You can wait.
Hold
he's
it.
screaming.
What, your
Tamara
pee's
Bottle.
screaming.
Tamara
Yeah.
Morrison is
It's like steam.
good in everything he's in pretty much. Oh, for God's sake.
Always one.
Yeah, but the acting's not awful throughout. It's just sort of
No.
like a bit wooden with Momoa. The kid actors can't do it,
Yeah.
and Dolph Lundgren doesn't get any sort of screen time at all. He's just
He
kind
doesn't
of
do
there,
anything,
isn't he?
does he?
Yeah, and
I
Nicole
love how-
Kidman is fine.
I love how they use the same dinosaur from Jurassic World in Aquaman.
Which one?
Think about
There's a
it,
few
which one?
dinosaurs.
The one that the king rides when he's going up against Aquaman.
A plesiosaur.
I think so.
Yeah. But it's like got stuff on it.
Yeah, but don't you think there's only one of that? And there's like great white sharks and stuff, and
Well, you see another one in the wild when he goes to Jurassic Park.
I don't know.
You see all dinosaurs.
I don't
running
remember
around
seeing
on
this.
beach.
Thing is, is it here?
it's when it goes to eat him and he puts his fork in it, and it's sort of like tastes like
God.
chicken. Tastes like chicken.
It'd be better with some batter, mate. That would.
Stop! I'm hungry now.
I'm
I wonder
hungry.
what
Like, I've got a
dinosaur would
packet of
taste
dolly
like.
mixtures here.
Well, fuck you and your dolly mixtures.
I like some dolly mix right now.
To be fair, I would like some dolly mixtures right
Dolly
now.
mixtures.
I'm getting quite.
Yeah. So,
Um,
we can't really do anything else now. We need to wait for Tom to come back. So to recap quickly, there's a lot goes on in this film.
yeah.
I still think Black Manta should have maybe had that first scene, where his dad dies, and then just kind of kept him out of it for Aquaman 2. I mean, he's clearly got to come back because he's not dead.
Here he is.
There's like 3 storylines, isn't there? But there's just a lot to him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just feels like there's a lot,
Yeah.
but when you think about it, there isn't actually loads. It's just the 3. There's the King's mission, there's Arthur's mission, Aquaman's mission, and his flashbacks. And then there's Black Manta's business.
Tom, put your headset down. I can't hear you. There we go. I can hear him now.
And then
He doesn't use his mic for that.
All right.
yeah, that's what that black
I
thing is
use
there.
this majigger.
Same. Anyway, so we're gonna do our usual rating out of 5 now. I like to hear Simon's first, so we can set the bar.
4.
Go on, Simon.
Oh, I fucking knew it'd be a
It was
4.
The
4.
only reason I give it a 4 is because I was disappointed that I didn't see the outfit he had in Aquaman in Justice League.
Well,
the
it's set after
complete-
Justice League, isn't it?
Is it?
The fashion show was just the fashion just.
I
wasn't
thought it
hitting
was
that
set
point, was it?
before.
No, it's set after Justice League.
No, because he doesn't have
Yeah.
his. He doesn't have the King's staff.
In
He has the
Justice League,
King's-
no.
He has the
doesn't, you're
King's
right.
staff in.
No, he doesn't.
No.
He has the 5-prong one in Justice
I'll have-
League.
I'll have to read
And
Justice
in the
League.
film, they even say, "Oh, you killed Steppenwolf." So yeah, it's set after Justice League. Otherwise, we would have seen that daft yellow costume, which it looks quite cool in film, but like, I don't think it would have suited Justice League at all. That costume, it's too bright in it. Justice
Bit
League's
too
quite dim.
shiny. Bit too
Yeah.
shiny.
Which
He looked a
explains
bit-
in Justice League why he didn't really do much because he's underpowered.
Yeah.
Uh,
Go on then, Simon. So 4 is
Yeah.
still saying with 4. I mean,
4, yeah.
Rampage got 5. So did Wonder Woman 1984.
I mean, fucking
They're
Tooth
all
Fairy
different-
got a 4 and emotional, so fuck me.
yeah.
Did I give?
Tooth Fairy got a 10 out of 10.
Did I give
out of 5.
Tooth Fairy a 4?
I can't remember.
5?
I can't keep track, but it's always like a 3 or a 4 at least, or a 5.
Apart from the Joker or Sonic, which got shit on
Yeah, that
in
got shit
Simon's
on. Yeah.
eyes. Anyway, Tom,
Sonic.
what's your out of 5? Go on.
I'll give it a 2.5 out of 5.
Fair dues.
Just because of the overuse of CGI and
I mean,
the
let me just put this out there, right? Have you tried filming a film that is
No, I understand
70% underwater?
no, but to be fair, this is my point, right? On the Star Wars film where Kylo Ren and Rey are fighting on a platform and there's stormy seas and there's water and everything, that looked real to me. Whereas on this, it looks fake.
There isn't a scene like that to compare it to, though. In this,
There
There
is
isn't-
the ending
there's-
scene where they're fighting on that
Oh,
That
you mean the
platform.
you mean the bit with real water in? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The
Well,
bit where they're fighting and with real water splashing
No,
them,
but
splashing
it
them,
doesn't
and
look.
they're
It doesn't look real.
physically clearly wet.
It doesn't look
And there's
real
water
though.
splashing all
It
over the
doesn't look
place.
real.
It
This is what I'm
does, 'cause
saying.
it is real.
No, it is. It doesn't look real
The
though.
water was
So-
real.
Well, it
When
might
you
be real.
over
Because
CGI something and real things can look CGI'd at the same time.
Yeah.
yeah, it just
Like-
didn't look real anyway. So overuse of CGI. You've got never-ending plot holes where people get cast and then they just kill them off. It's like, what's the point of having them in?
That's
Like
not
the
a plot
Mamba
hole, though,
thing.
Tom. That's just
Wait, it's the Mamba thing where you've introduced him. He has no backstory as to why he hates Aquaman, but now he hates him more. Then at the ending, it's like, oh, there's a hint for he could come back, but they don't do much with him anyway in the film. You've got the whole stepbrother scenario and the Queen. It's just a gobbledygook. So I give it a 2 because there's good points, but then there's a lot of bad. It's a bit chaotic.
What's your out of 5 score, Jack?
I'm gonna give it a 1.5.
Oh,
'Cause-
fucking hell.
You know,
I agree with Tom. Overuse of CGI, although there are some pretty scenes in it. For me, it felt like a video game. It didn't feel like not a movie at all. There were points in that where it felt like you should have had a controller in your hand. Jason Momoa is not a good lead role in any film he really goes in. He was very wooden.
He's more of a secondary actor, isn't he? Like
He
because he
is.
does it's sort of Stargate. It's the other version, isn't it? Of Stargate,
Mm,
Atlantis, and he played like a
Atlantis,
good.
yeah.
Yeah, he played a good sort of.
I'd
Yeah, that's not a
say-
bad point. That actually, he was in it. He was in Stargate Atlantis, and he plays Aquaman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like one of the things as well in it is you got some really big actors and they were really underused. They're going for this Marvel-esque kind of world to them now,
Yeah.
where originally with DC they started with a really grounded sort of baseline to everything. And
Yeah.
it really is that kind
Oh.
of film that just I don't know, it seems like
It's trying to be something
for
it's
a
not
market.
almost.
It's for a very it's like a big mac and fries market. I can't really get behind it.
Hey,
The
don't be just a Big
story-
Mac and fries.
I say it's quick, it's easy, you don't have to think about it, it tastes great, but then you think about it, it's just full of shit. It's like I don't know. I think as a film, the story seems to drop and roll all the time. And there's too many moving parts for a film that can't really explain it, especially when you've got some really strong roles that just not used to actually facilitate that story. I'm not saying that Willem Dafoe is a bad actor; he's amazing, but he was wasted in that film. Same with Dolph Lundgren. I just want to say, where's the Dark Knight? Can we have the Dark Knight back? Can we have that? I mean,
Yeah,
this
but
is
the
my
thing
looking
about
Yeah.
forward
The
to the
Dark
Batman.
Knight and this, and even Justice League and Batman v Superman, is they're completely different movies, and they're set in completely different universes to each other.
I know
not
that,
the
but that's the
same.
thing. It's such a letdown though that we've gone in this
I
direction.
think what it's compared to is like the benchmark of like what DC movies could be compared to what
Yeah.
they're becoming. sort
To be
of thing.
fair, like they could have made like a good film series from the Batman after the Batman Dark
Like
Knight
if you had
Rises.
the Dark Knight trilogy.
Yeah, but they were never
films,
going to,
but-
because that's not. I think
But they were.
what people forget, sorry, is Christopher Nolan doesn't do sequels. We're lucky we got the Batman trilogy because it's not something he does.
Yeah,
Well,
but to be fair,
People
it was
forget
so,
that and just
so
go,
iconic,
we
though,
should
like
have
the-
had, we should have had a sequel to the Batman films. When Christopher
should
Nolan
have.
wasn't on board.
Yeah, but to be fair, you got Dark Knight, which was like the top sort of DC. If you say DC, you go Dark Knight series.
Yeah,
If they'd have
No, if you
done
say
the
Batman,
quality
you go
of-
Dark Knight.
well, yeah,
That's-
exactly. So if you had set the Wonder Woman, Aquaman, the new Batman, if we'd done it the same sort of way they did the Dark Knight series,
yeah.
it would have competed with the Marvel ones and it'd been fucking mint. But instead,
The
they've
thing is-
kind of gone, here's Marvel. Can we compete with that? And they can't. And they're trying to be something they're not. And it dulls
Exactly.
everything
Mm.
down.
Exactly. They had they had a style. They had
It
a
was good.
grounded style that worked really well for DC.
Yeah.
And
No,
you saw them
that's
going
not right
more
though,
into
is
the
it?
fantastical thing.
That's
It
not
is
right though,
right,
is
though.
it?
It
Man
is.
of
It
Steel.
is.
It works. It worked well for Batman. You are not going
Yeah,
to
but-
make. You are not going
yeah,
to
but-
make. You are not going to make a Superman movie that feels like Batman. You are not.
Well, you did with
You
Man
are
of Steel.
definitely not. It does not feel like Batman. You
What,
are
Man
not
of-
going to
Man
make.
of Steel did it.
You are not going to
Yeah,
make an
yeah.
Aquaman movie that feels like The Dark Knight.
Well,
I think you could.
you haven't
No,
tried
you
it,
can't.
so
I mean,
you wouldn't know.
to be fair, you can make a dark Aquaman. Not saying you can't, but there is still the whole story of Aquaman of him.
You're never going to
What
make
is
it.
addressed
You're
in
never
this
going to
film.
make it the Dark Knight. You're never going to make it
you're
the
not.
Dark Knight because
But the whole tone of the
Batman
Dark
is
Knight
reality.
doesn't fit Aquaman.
I'm not saying
And
like
but Man of Steel,
let's make it like
as
Batman.
dark
I'm
and
saying
broody,
like use sort of
as dark
the
and broody as the Man of
cinematography and
Steel
everything
is,
and
or
put it
tries
into
to
that.
be, there's people floating through the air, punching people through buildings and lasering skyscrapers in half.
But then
But
they've got a whole
the
alien
biggest
thing, haven't
explosion
they?
in the Dark Knight Rises is obviously a hospital gets blown up.
Hmm.
A real hospital gets blown up, but it's not.
Like,
It was an abandoned hospital, Simon. Don't worry, it wasn't full
No,
of people.
Was was it the Dark Knight Rises or was it the
It was
Dark Knight?
Knight.
that was the Dark
I mean, the
Knight.
bridges
Yeah, I
blow
was-
up in the Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's about as far fetched as you get. Oh, no, sorry, the most far fetched it
I'm
gets
not.
is that
I'm
he
not
manages
saying
to
like
pilot a nuke outside of Gotham.
Make it like as if like the movies have to be set like that. I'm saying like use the cinematography, how like they make it look realistic. Like, it's not overuse of CGI. Like you can. There is a way to do it.
Mm.
Yeah, you need to give it a go, really. But I think
There's
like,
one-
if they did a reboot, they should make it.
They did
based
give
off
it a
the-
go, make it grounded and realistic, and all three movies got critically panned. Not a lot of people like Man of Steel, Justice League, or well, maybe not Justice League, but
Yeah, but
Batman v
Justice
Superman.
League-
Batman v
yeah.
Superman got shot on, so did Man of Steel. I mean,
But-
a lot of people like. There's a lot of fans of Man of Steel. I won't lie.
I like
I
Man of
really
Steel.
enjoy
I think
Man
it's a
of Steel.
fantastic film, but I don't like
But
Justice League and I don't like Batman versus Superman because it just they had something and they just
Wasted it.
rushed it out.
no,
They had a fantastic set of directors and fantastic set of people that could have made that film happen, and they chose to ignore it and they hired a bunch of people that can't act. You know,
well,
that was the
in
way that I
Aquaman, you
feel.
mean?
No, I mean Batman versus Superman because
Well, Batman vs Superman was directed by Zack Snyder, who directed Man of Steel, and it was also starring Henry Cavill, who starred as Superman in both films.
do you know what? There's something
And-
about Zack Snyder.
He's not
Zack
very good.
Snyder is good under everybody, under other people with him. Because what you got to remember is Christopher Nolan has a brother who was working on that with him with Man of Steel. Now, as well as that, if you want to go back to his earlier films like 300, and Sin City, he was working with Frank Miller. So Frank Miller was technically directing through Zack Snyder. Zack
No,
Snyder
he's the executive producer, is what I think you mean, right?
exactly, but he was practically directing the film, mate. You know, it's his creation. So,
So he's basically like a
in-
sub person under the director.
Yeah, he's a sub
Mm.
person, but he was pretty much telling Zack Snyder what he wants from a film. And
Fair
then when
enough.
you leave Zack Snyder on his own, just like George Lucas, you end up with shit. You know, it's
What do you say?
You need
300 and
help.
what?
300
Sin
and
City.
Sin City.
I didn't know. I've not seen Sin City.
Fantastic.
me
Oh,
neither.
Realise-
Sin City is really good, to be fair. It's like black and white with like hints of color.
Red.
Like,
Well,
like do you
hang
know,
on.
well, hints of red, yeah, but like, hints of color. It's like when I did the One Division, where like the color
So
comes through.
Sin City
Almost
is
like that, but it's really fucking
null and
like, good.
void because it's not directed by Zack Snyder at all. It's Frank Miller, Quentin Tarantino, and Robert Rodriguez. So let's just
Oh,
cross
yes,
that off the
Robert
list.
Rodriguez. Didn't he do the second one though?
Let's have a quick skeg.
Dame to Kill.
City, what's it called? Sin City, a Dame to.
Dame to Die For or something. I know he directed one of those films. Was with him.
No,
If not, I've just got that
Robert
completely wrong.
Rodriguez and Frank Miller.
So Robert Rodriguez, but he's another director, just the same as Zack Snyder.
Yeah, he's not exactly super duper great. He did direct an
He's-
episode of The Mandalorian season 2, which was really good.
Exactly, but I
Zack
think
Snyder.
he's another one of these that needs help.
Zack Snyder directed 300. I don't know how to search for like producers and stuff. If you have a look, so this is that's the cast. We don't want the cast. We want the crew. So, full cast and crew. So, directed by Zack Snyder. Writing credits: Zack Snyder, Kurt Johnstad, Michael B. Gordon, Frank. But then Frank Miller is credited as writer, but only for the graphic novel, not for the film. So he hasn't got any connection.
He was
to the
on
film.
set
Well, yeah.
for the whole film. Like, yeah. No, that was it. Was it Watchmen?
Oh yeah,
Because I think
that's a good film.
he was
Well,
Watchmen because. Let me see.
Watchmen, 2009. Watchmen. The
Yeah, Zack Snyder. Sorry, I got it wrapped
That's
around
Zack
my neck.
Snyder.
Yeah. And Frank Miller.
No. No Frank Miller in this either.
He wasn't credited for
He's
the
not
film
even
because
not even a
he wasn't-
producer.
'cause
No, but
he-
people
he
write
wrote the
stuff.
graphic novel.
IMDb. No, that wasn't Frank Miller. That was somebody else. Who wasn't credited. I can't remember his name. It wasn't Frank Miller though. It was some other guy because he was really pissed off about it, wasn't he? There was a lot of stuff in the news in the movie news sphere about that. But yeah. So,
But
but
I
the
know
thing about
maybe Zack
Watchmen.
Snyder is just better at the secondary role rather than the main role.
Yeah.
If anything, what I've just said, Tom, proves that no, because there isn't a secondary. He is not in a secondary role in these.
Well,
The Watchmen.
Yeah,
The Watchmen
but
is directed by Zack Snyder.
yeah, but was that good?
But
It
the
was
thing
actually,
is, what are you going to remember with these films? Oh, it was Alan Moore that wrote it. So no, because it was Alan Moore actually. I'm getting this wrapped around my head now. I think I've had too many of these. No, it was Alan Moore. But the thing is, when you've got these films, a lot of them like to still be on set. You know, it's like George Lucas ends up being on the set for what was it, Han Solo and Rogue One. He was on the set for, even though officially he's not really in the titles, or he's sort of there, sort of thing.
But there's a difference
He's
between
there
popping
most
by
of the time. And you'll have his
affecting the
influence.
film.
I still think they still have a massive say over it. You
No,
know,
because the guy who wrote the novel for Watchmen
Alan
was
Moore, yeah.
completely booted out of the process by DC himself. But themselves, sorry. Not, he wasn't allowed anywhere near it because he sold it to DC. I can't fully remember all of it because it was a long time ago when I read this or listened to this or whatever. But yeah, but then back to Aquaman. It's all Jimmy Wong in it who directed this. So it's not even the same director. We didn't even have the same
Well, Zack
style.
Snyder doesn't work for him anymore, does he? Really?
Not really. No. Well, he's doing the Snyder Cut, obviously, and then I still think if the Snyder Cut does well, they're gonna bring him back to do a sequel. I still think that's a possibility, but
I think, to be honest, this is why I'm looking forward to the new Batman films and the new stuff, and it's some of the other stuff that's more underground.
Let's just look at if you look at the trailer for the Batman,
you've got more to compare to that way.
If you look at the trailer for the Batman, could you imagine him looking up and seeing Superman push Zod through a building and the building collapse? Just solely going off that trailer.
Yeah, it's an alien.
No, you can't. It's not going to be set in that sort of universe, is it? It's not going to be set with aliens and space and magic sticks that talk to fish.
The Robin batting bat. I get your point now, Fish. The Robert Batting-Bat one seems more.
It's like the Dark Knight. It's going to be extremely grounded, but I feel like it's going for a bit more of a rusty, gritty feel than the Dark Knight.
More kind of like futuristic, but not overstepping, where it's like too futuristic with aliens.
If you look at the comic books, like to do with the Dark Knight and stuff like that, like the original ones. We're talking, they were still somewhat grounded as well, but they still managed to crowbar in
Yeah, but the difference there,
fantastical.
is it's a comic book and not a film.
Well, why?
Because it just is. Look at, like, when was the last time you saw a film that was excessively grounded and properly, ultra realistic in its own universe? When they brought in something daft and absolutely out of this world, silly.
Oh,
I mean, there's
I
a
guess
few.
you could go from something like, I don't know, you can almost compare it to, like, if you go from Unbreakable to Split to Glass.
Yeah.
The character Split does amazing amount of things. Like he metamorphically changes.
But he doesn't.
But they grounded it.
He doesn't
It
float
well.
off and fly and go smash. I can't picture that character pushing a skyscraper over. Can you?
I can see it. Well, he picks up a van, doesn't he?
He picks up a van.
Yeah, but a man
he doesn't
compared to
pick the van
sky-
up. He
it's-
pushes the
yeah.
van over.
Yeah.
I think we're getting bogged
like-
down between who can do what here.
But he
Yeah,
doesn't.
I think we're going a bit off topic.
You
as well.
can't watch that film and go, oh, he's gonna pick up that van and throw it across the field. He shoulder barges it over. He doesn't pick it up.
I guess you sort of need to think of it this way: that whatever happens will happen on the screen. If it's done well, you can do anything.
But thinking of
it's the way you do it.
thinking of the
sort of thing.
Batman trailer, just a little bit. Let's say that scene, Joey. There's an explosion at a funeral, isn't there, in the trailer? If I remember correctly, there's an explosion in the funeral. Everyone's all looking in shock. It's all dark. Imagine it pans outside, and there's this big Goku anime fight going on between Superman and Zod. It's not happening.
It looked fucking stupid, wouldn't it?
It would look
Oh.
absolutely. It would be the most jarring experience of your life when it comes to films. It's
I don't know.
yeah.
There's only one little scene in The Man of Steel that could link it. Is when Zod and Superman have that fight. They burst through one of Wayne Enterprises' buildings.
Uh-huh.
Zod drops his armor at that point. That was going to be a point where Christian Bale's Batman would get that suit, have it in lockup in storage for a long time, and then
Yeah.
reverse engineer it. And then all of a sudden, that's his suit that he uses to fight Superman.
Yeah,
in Batman.
I do see your point there. To be fair, Jack,
But instead,
That
we've
is
got
a-
that extremely,
I
in
wasn't.
my
A,
eyes, extremely good opening to Batman v Superman, where he comes running through, driving through the destruction as it is all happening.
Well,
I wasn't-
rummaging through the
I
rubble
wasn't a
and
fan
getting
of
his suit.
Batfleck.
Oh,
Nah, I can't
Chris-
get behind it.
Don't get me on that
Are
because
you kidding?
as
Tom?
I'm aware,
mate, my bladder's like just. I apologise. My bladder's just fucked tonight.
Batfleck is the best
You've been twice in the space of 20 minutes.
representation
No,
of
I've been
Batman put
once.
to screen.
This is my
If
second
you ask
time.
me,
Christian Bale all the way, man.
Yeah, I'd say Christian Bale for Bat. Like,
yeah. Don't
for
worry,
Batman.
guys. Christian Bale will elbow everyone to death, while we have a Batman that can leap. Looks like he could leap building to building, and physically take down a group of bad guys with guns and knives. Actually shooting them, by the way, not just going. The fight, yeah, no. You pitch them in a fight. Christian Bale's getting fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still prefer Christian Bale's Batman. It was a lot better.
Also, I don't like Christian Bale's Batman voice after Batman Begins.
I did see your point when you mentioned it.
I don't know. I think it's cool. I think it's awesome.
But
I think
I
it's the
still
cool
prefer
Batman.
Christian Bale's Batman over any other of the Batmans.
You know, we're missing like what was it called? Is it what was the Batman before in the not George Clooney, definitely not
Michael
George
Keaton.
Clooney. It was Michael Keaton, yeah. Michael
Yeah,
Keaton.
he was a good Batman in a yeah. He was a
that kind of
he was
inspired.
he was a murderer. But
Yeah, he killed people, which completely went against his character.
I mean,
Mm.
that's the one thing I don't like about Batfleck in Batman v Superman. He does kill people, but
Yeah.
the point of that Batman is it's a broken Batman who's past the point of caring because, you know, and apparently we're getting a backstory to all that in Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Mm.
So, and he was extremely underplayed in Justice League by Joss Whedon.
There's something weird that I find that's happening with DC. I think there's a divide in films where ever since we started, I know you don't like it, Simon, I know you don't like the Joker, but ever since the Joker, we're starting to get films coming back to a different level of quality again with it.
What
It's
shit?
changing.
No, a more grounded level.
Yeah, more
the Joker
grounded
is
reality, sort of
excessively but then again, could you imagine in the Joker him walking down the street and a building getting knocked over by Superman?
What, and falling on him? Yeah, I
Or
can
just-
imagine that.
Just
No,
that
no,
looking up and there's an anime fight in the sky. Nah,
no.
like I said, it's not happening, mate.
Like
I
say,
can
this is
imagine a
upsetting
building
times.
falling on Joaquin Phoenix's Joker.
This
It's
is
like
just,
putting Godzilla into the Dark Knight series.
Yeah.
It doesn't fit, but I think we've got misstrudled by the point, whereas maybe we're based off the wrong film, but they had sort of a way of doing a film that was good. And if they'd made it into the other films or taken aspects of that film, not to like base it off like the Dark Knight being realistic, but just the way they filmed it and stuff like the way they use cinematography and stuff like that, and then base it into that film, maybe it would have worked.
It
I don't
would've.
fucking know.
Been seamless. I think Tom's got a point there. It wouldn't be the same film as The Dark Knight, but neither would it be the same film as Batman Begins. Because, like I said, they've all got their individual universes, but when you collide these universes, you're changing the material of it all. So
This
you
is
kinda
how-
have
this
to
is
accept
how-
things.
I kind of see it, right? Is when you watch. Have you seen Titans?
No.
No.
Yeah,
So in Titans
No.
season 2,
it's just a cartoon version or the
no, in the Netflix live action show, it's
Oh,
it's
yeah, yeah,
it's,
yeah,
it's,
yeah, I've
it's
seen that, yeah.
okay, right? It's not too bad, but it's they've tried what you guys are saying. They've tried to make it dead grounded. You've got Robin's origin story into Nightwing. You've got a bit of Jason Todd's origin story in there. You've got all this very grounded level. I mean, there is magic in that in there. But
I get
there's
what
a-
you mean, where because
but-
on
but
that Titans,
at the end,
where
after this
Raven meets
full
a dad,
after
that
this
looks
full
shit.
gritty thing, yeah, but I'm not talking about CGI. It's full like grounded feel, similar to that of Christopher Nolan's Batman. You know, very clearly styled after that. But then at the end, they put the costumes on,
Mm.
and they look fucking ridiculous because it's set in this grounded level. Can you imagine Jason Momoa's Aquaman at the end, dressed like that, bright gold, bright green, going up to Christian Bale's Batman, "Hey, sup, bro," and walking off? It will
Well, I
look,
think
it will look
you'd never-
fucking stupid.
It would
Mm.
look stupid, but that's why
But that's why this has
they
that
would
feel,
change the
because
look to
Aquaman
feel the
is that
same
type
way,
of character.
though,
Yeah, but
wouldn't
then
they?
it wouldn't. That's what they've done, and they wouldn't have changed. Look, you know what I mean? That's why they got that suit from Justice League, that weird grey, green, goldy suit, because it was a bit more realistic.
Yeah.
But Zack Snyder didn't get to see his. I've just got to pop up on my screen. Zack Snyder didn't get to see his vision through, did he? Because of what happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going to give it. I haven't given my rating yet. I'm going to give it a 4. Because you say there's a lot of CGI,
Mhm.
right?
There's a lot of CGI. To be fair.
There is a lot of CGI, but that's a bit not easy to do, is it? You know, there's this new underground world, the CGI. There's impossible creatures. I mean, it does get a bit excessive at the end. It drops points for me because of the battle at the end. It didn't need to be there. It didn't need to be as big as it was. It wasn't an
Do you know the
Avengers
bit
level.
right at the end where he's like going for Atlantis and then he goes up to the surface, he jumps out.
Mm.
That looks
think-
super fake as fuck to me. It was
Oh,
just-
yeah.
that,
Well, yeah.
that didn't
I'm
be
not
like, I am Aquaman. It's like that bit.
I'm
whole
not
bit was
saying. I'm not saying.
You do a big jump.
Yeah, you do a big jump.
I'm not saying I'm not saying there isn't a lot of CGI, and there is, and a lot of it is justified. But there's a lot of practical stuff in this film that a lot of people aren't paying attention to. Like they explode on my screen here. It's a freeze frame from the trailer where Black Manta lasers that bell and it explodes and he jumps past you. From that,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
But if you
looks
look at our
very real.
scores, you and Simon give it a 4. We've given like a 2 and a 1. So it's a 3, which is kind of above average. So actually, it's not as bad as you think.
Yeah, no.
Based on those two, well, them.
Like I said, there's too much
has its
plot.
qualities.
There's too much plot. The action's very entertaining. The acting is par. You know, there's nothing else.
Well,
You're not going
yeah.
to be winning any Oscars from this film.
Another thing I didn't mention is to try and get political with it, with the whole
under the sea people
polluting the sea and stuff like that. And that, to
Oh,
me,
yeah.
that was just like they mentioned
that
it,
is-
and then they
that
tried to like
is-
bring on the message, but you can't pay attention to it because you're too focused on other things. So you're like, oh, rubbish in the sea. I
Yeah.
put my rubbish in the recycling bin. I was end up in the sea. It's like this
But
is
that's
like the
always
kind of thing what
been-
Ricky Gervais pointed out when he did the Golden Globes thing. He was like, oh, go fuck off, do your speeches, don't try and get political because I haven't got a clue. Maybe films are just trying to do stuff to make themselves look good, but actually they aren't giving a shit. And this kind of showed in that movie where they try and get political with this whole recycle properly and don't chuck your shit in the sea. And it just backfired massively. So you just don't get much of a thing. But I don't know. Let's wrap
a
up
big
anyway.
part of Aquaman's story is pollution. You know,
Yeah.
'cause-
Yeah.
so they got to do it, haven't they?
I
Otherwise
mean, there's
people
no
will be
Captain Planet, though. So.
Oh, well, yeah, robot chicken, Captain Planet.
Yeah. I mean, let's just say that he's just.
it has good
he's
intentions.
thought-
I'm not saying it's bad, but I'm saying look into like green oceans and stuff like that. Like just
He's just thought.
recycle your shit and do good because it is
That's all I
bad.
can see. It's just
Yeah.
Thor to me. It's their
Thor?
Thor. Yeah, I feel like it's their Thor, their mythology, their sort of thing.
Probably is a bit Thor. You know,
Yeah.
man
bit
with long
more
hair
than
and
Cap-
beard.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's their Thor, but he comes
Yeah,
from
he
the
has to
sea,
get
not the
trident.
sky.
And he has to be worthy. He has to be worthy for the trident, like he has to be worthy for the hammer. So you've got. I mean,
And there
it's
is the
definitely
difference.
taking certain plot lines from certain things, but then again, like they're all based off similar things. It's just you've got Marvel, which is interdimensional universes, and you've got DC, which is basic universes mixed with some sort of reality. Whereas the Marvel ones, like futuristic humans living with interdimensional beings. So it's two different ways of doing things.
Yeah.
But obviously DC are trying to be like the Marvel thing where
That's
they have
just
to
fine.
sort of realize that it's
But anyway, that's the show. That's just our thoughts. What are yours? If you like the film more than we do or less, comment below. Let us know. We will catch you next time. You can follow us on Instagram at the if. No, that's not what it's called.
that's
the
your
whole
Instagram.
The whole my Cape pod. You can follow me personally on Instagram and TikTok at If Toys Talk, and I'm on Twitch at the Very Big Fish. And
That's If Toys Talk at Instagram and TikTok.
I mean, it's
And-
up there. It's up there, isn't it, Fish?
it's
Yeah.
there, yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's on
Simon,
his screen.
you can
You
find
can follow-
Simon.
Follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. Cyborg329. Go
That's
give me a follow,
Cyborg
subscribe.
329, not C, it's S. Cyborg
It's on his hat
329.
It's on my hat.
every week.
Yep.
Give me a follow, guys. Be much appreciated, and subscribe to my
Yeah,
YouTube
it'll
channel.
be much appreciated.
Be much appreciated, sir.
There you go.
Yeah.
And,
can You can
If
follow
you
me
wanna-
at twitch.tv/theapexgecko. Any follows or anything like that, or any interest in general, if you watch my content, much appreciated. I'm not asking you to like donate or anything like that. Just, show some interest. If you don't like it, fair enough. But yeah, you can follow me there. Other than that, I don't have any social media. I'm off grid. I'm with Jack.
you like Warhammer, look for a store called Outpost 31, and it's 25% off Warhammer models. And
Yeah.
I believe over a certain price, I believe over 100 quid, free delivery to any area of the UK.
Are you,
So you've got
are you
got
international?
free
Are you delivering
shipping.
international or just UK?
We are international, but like I said, we'll probably we have to sort of send you how much your shipping is going to be, depending on all the EU thing, Brexit, that kind of thing. And if you like pictures and paintings and things like that, look for Star Beast Journey on Instagram. I do paintings and stuff.
That's Star Beast paintings.
Star Beast Journey.
Star
Star
Beast
Beast
Journey
It'll
Yeah,
be
yeah,
on
it'll
Instagram.
the link will be in the comments below.
It won't.
the
Oh,
description.
forget Simon.
A more rounded
do this every time.
advertisement for the
Star
Outpost 41
Beast
will be included next week's podcast. We'll do a
Journey.
proper promotion
new?
Look for the
segment.
eye.
Is this new?
Yeah, it is.
Oh well, there you go.
Look for the eye.
Proper
and the hand.
promotions next week. We'll do a proper segment for
Yeah,
promotions.
we will.
Oh well.
When I'm not as drunk.
Anyway,
Yeah, same.
if you enjoyed the show, remember you can smash that like button and subscribe to us here on YouTube or on Spotify, iTunes, wherever it is you're listening to us. But until next time, we'll see you then. Bye bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
And remember, hold your cape, because if the wind blows, you might blow with it.